Hey everybody, it's Tom from NJ Nest here, Realtor up in northern New Jersey, and just wanted to bring up the topic of forbearance. It's supposed to expire at the end of this month, so today is the 9th. Going on to this video will probably go out on the 10th, but just wanted to share a story of how my forbearance went. I was a part of it, and I wanted to share my journey of how we've gone through it. And it could be a very stressful, uncertain time, especially if you are in forbearance right now, or if you've been in forbearance and you're you know chosen one of the payment plans or one of the ways to get out of forbearance. But COVID hit March 2020, and the care package came out. There was a bunch of benefits for homeowners and many American homeowners, to for forbear the mortgage payments and delay paying them, especially with the uncertainty at that time. We didn't know what we were dealing with. And it seemed like a very viable option for many people that either were not bringing in an income, losing their employment, or they weren't sure what to do with the cash flow that they had on hand. And for us, yeah, it was a very tough season in our life. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of where do we go with finances and stuff like that. And we took the option to go into a forbearance program, so that we could kind of protect our cash and kind of figure out what to do, as we found out more information in terms of what COVID really was. Right. So COVID was, forbearance was supposed to end about 6 months after they actually introduced the program, and then they kept on extending it. So it was supposed to expire at the end of 2020. And then they pushed it for another 3 months, and then they pushed it to the end of July. And now they pushed it to the end of September. And it seems like they won't be extending it, just based off of some of the rental eviction moratorium that they didn't extend, right? So that the uh, whatchamacallit, the Supreme Court actually blocked it and said, "Go ahead, start. We're not extending this moratorium for rental evictions." And I feel like, barring there's anything that changes within the next 3 weeks, that the same thing would happen for forbearances. It'll kind of be like a hard deadline at the end of this month. And like I shared earlier, I was actually in it, so I know what the uncertainty feels like. I know how it feels like when the end of the month comes, and you have to call the bank and you have to give them an update. Can you? What is the update of your forbearance? Are you going to be getting out of it, or what? Or are you going to be extending it? And they give you the pretty much the 3 4 options on the telephone. Is like, okay, so if you want to end forbearance today, it's either you pay everything in a lump sum, right? Or you pay everything. Option number 2 is you pay everything within a 6 month time period, or we refinance you, where the mortgage payments will not increase. They'll stay the same amount, and we'll just extend the life of the loan. Um, I'm not sure what type of programs or what type of payment plans that they've included since we ended forbearance, maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. And just wanted to share with my journey of what we've chosen and how we've gotten out of it. So it was coming down to the wire. I believe we were looking at the end of July, right, as a deadline for the end of the forbearance, and our financial situation did not get better. So, what was our options? And the options were, we could rent this out, and we could rent another place, and at least the market is crazy at that moment to, you know, get whatever we want to get in terms of calling out a price. Or the next option is, with that, we could still have the home. We'll still have the equity inside the home. But there was no way that we could either refi it or take out the equity because there was no income that we could prove at that moment in time. Or the second option was to sell it and pull out the cash, pull out the equity, and rent for a little bit and see where the market goes, right? And we chose to sell the home. And it was a tough decision. You know, it was a neighborhood that we loved. We loved our neighbors. We had a great relationship with them. We still do. And this was like the school system that we wanted to put our daughter through. And we had to make the decision of like, maybe we could stay in the same town, we could rent. But the thing is, let's see what the market holds for. And we decided to sell the home, and unfortunately, it sold really quickly. In terms of the offers coming in, the amount of showings and whatnot, the process was like over a weekend. And with that, it was a little bit nerve wracking, right? We had to pack up everything. The emotions were high. It wasn't the greatest place, but to come up with that decision was actually a mentor of mine, and he mentioned, you know, you can make the hard decision today, and it'll change your life for the better, or it'll make a hard decision today and a easier decision. It'll be easier decisions coming forward, right? Or the other way that it's put is, if you make hard decisions, you have an easier life. Or if you make easy decisions, it creates a harder life. And it's a pivot point. I get it. And I know exactly the emotions that are stirred up. I know how it feels to be in that position. When I was talking to other realtors or other real estate professionals, they were like, I was like, why don't you sell your home if it's such a hot market? Or if you're trying to have people move at this moment, list with you, right? And they're like, majority of the reactions were pretty much the same. If I sell my home, I know I'll have to pay a premium for something else. Or I know I have to pay a premium for something else that won't be as good. And at that moment, yeah, it's true in terms of, yeah, you would pay higher, but the interest rate is better, maybe, right? Depending on what it is. But to share with you and to empathize with you, there is a brighter window. There is a brighter future. This season might not be the brightest. It might be dark. It might be scary. It might be uncertain. But the darkest moments comes the brightest moments. You know, when there is tragedy, when there is chaos, usually peace comes comes forward. And this too shall pass. Just like how we got through COVID and we're getting through COVID. Initially, there was a lot of fear. There was a lot of anxiety, not knowing what's going on. But we knew that we would get through it. And we're getting through it. And it's getting better in terms of things kind of coming back to normalcy, of coming back into what we see as prior to pre-COVID. All right. You know, this message is to really help you. This message is to have someone to reach out to. I know it's something that you can't just tell anyone. There's a little bit of shame, a little bit of fear, a little bit of what the hell do I do next? And I'm not telling you to come out publicly with this, but, you know, reach out if that is the case, you know, and we could go over some of the options that are out there, walking you through some of the life experiences, at least that I've that I've experienced with this incident and with this experience. And no judgment, a safe place to share, and for us to move forward and come up with the best plan for you, your family, and your future. Right. So I hope this message resonates. Feel free to reach out, tom@njnest.com. You can reach me at Instagram, njnest.com. I'm here to help, here to support, here to help you find more options that are available, and to give you the support of you're not alone. And please don't go at it alone. Reach out. No one should go at it alone, especially when other people have gone through it, and they could help you navigate through some of the murk. Get really clear in terms of how to move forward. So I look forward to serving you. I look forward to speaking with you so that we could come up with a plan to live your best life starting today. Take care.